And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the South Green Terran player. We have the Blue Terran. It is Percival. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Red Zerg player. The Red Zerg player himself. It is YoungYakov. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our TvZ. Oh, and Percival, he's setting up with the Raxes on the low ground. So 2 Rax Reaper here out of Percival. Interesting setup out of our Terran player. Meanwhile, Yakov going for his own hatch first. Now, once again, welcome to Tourmaline, and what I just mentioned was applicable last game, applicable here as well. This map favors aggression. This favors aggression, favors all-ins. Because of how open the natural and the third base are, we could see a very strong 8 racks out of Percival, a very strong 2 base all-in instead. Likewise, we could see Roach play out of YoungYakov. Now the racks are amassing. Here we go. So we already have an assertive start here by Percival. And we have hatch gas pull out of YoungYakov. Now something that has my attention here, I believe Percival, are we going to go into Marine instead of Reaper? Okay, so still 2 Rax Reaper here out of Percival. This is designed to gain momentum early on. It's designed to delay the third base and to keep the Zerg player contained for as long as possible. This is not an all-in. Not an all-in, just an aggressive start. So here come the Reapers. Moving out. Yakov, he's aware thanks to the Overlord scouts, he knows. And as a result, his third base is going to be late, and he will be building up on 2 bases a little bit harder instead. Oh, he's staying in gas. Oh, hello. That is not normal. That is not normal here. So by staying in gas, he can do 1 of 2 things. After the defense, he can go into a Baneley Nest and go for a Ling Bane all-in and a Bane bust. But if that was the case, we'd already see a Baneley Nest. True, we'd already see one. The other option here is to go into a very fast Lair and go into 2 base Muta. The other option is to go for a Roach Horn and go into a Ling Roach all-in. I'm leaning towards Roaches. The reasoning for this is because a lot of the production here is exposed on the low ground. So going for a Roach all-in here can hit really hard. But no, he's going for a third option. He's going for an early Evo Chamber. +1 Carapace. Oh, okay. Yeah, he pulls out. He pulls out a gas, early Carapace instead. This is going to be good against a 2-1-1. If it's a 2-1-1. Yeah, it is. Okay. We'll get into it. But now Reapers get a drone. Oh, they get 2 drones. 3! Jesus, 3 drones go down. That should not have happened. Brutal damage here in the natural. Percival does barely get away. Percival pulls out. Now, winding it back, +1 Carapace is a really good way to deal with a 2-1-1. The reasoning for this is because, like, in this matchup against Terran, the Marines have a very high attack rate. They have a very high attack rate of fire. So because of that, armor upgrades are even better, even more impactful. Not just that, but they are very necessary for Ling Bane because they are melee-based units to actually survive and to get to actually encroach and collapse on the Bio army. So Carapace is the most important upgrade here in ZVT, or at least against Bio, not against Mech. Mech is a different story. And it is a 2-on-1. Stim is on the way, and we do have the Factory and Starport follow-up after the 3rd CC. So 3 CC 2-on-1 out of Percival. This hits at around 5:30. Around 5 minutes 30. Now when it comes to YoungYakov, he's aware of the 2-on-1, but he's not aware of the 3rd CC. So he only has a piece of the puzzle. Yakov is aware of the stim timing, but he doesn't know how economic this really is. Or how aggressive. That's just keeping an eye on the Marines. Lair is on the way. From here, YoungYakov should be working towards Banelings. As Carapace will be done in time. Percival does move out across the map. Going 2-on-1 Banshee first into delayed medevacs. Okay. So I did mention that this is meant to hit at 5:30. This is hitting slightly later because of the Banshee. Links at the third base. And Percival moves out. And now it's time for YoungYakov to make nothing but units. He's been joining here up to almost 3 base saturation. Queens respond to the Banshees. Lings respond to the Reapers. Reapers are surrounded. Drop is coming in. So far, Yakov is keeping up. As more Queens respond, Banshee gets sniped. Yakov, he's ready. For the most part, he's ready here. He's still waiting a little bit longer for those Banelings. Marines, they try to go for the dive. Nice around here with the Lings. And Yakov holds. So far, so good. Yakov, he's holding on. Actually, bold move, going for the counterattack instead. Bagged in Percival, his tank is exposed. Yakov, yeah, we go. He does commit in. The tank is unsieged. And the tank will go down. Forcing friendly fire as well. Clears up the tank. Ling made to defend. Nice kiting. Very nice kiting here. Target fire shuts down the Lings. Miscontrol out of YoungYakov. He should not have moved off of creep. And Percival holds. Percival, he defends back at home. He attacks as well. The initial one by was good, but he just bled out too much. Yakov bled out too much in the end. Threw away a lot of Lings, and Percival, he has momentum. He has the advantage. As Percival is pushing as momentum at the same time, YoungYakov, he's slipping into the mineral line. At the same time, he does try to engage. He tries to distract. Banelings, they do not make it in. Oh, they kind of do. Okay, half the mineral line, 9 SCVs. Not bad. Hold up. Yakov says, be careful. Again, Yakov, he's playing on a knife's edge here. Trying to keep up with Percival. Another Ling right by. He runs into reinforcements. Sniper Widowmine. Yakov collapsing in and getting on top of the tanks. There'll be 2 tanks going down. Baileys, they cannot engage. Again, off of creep, they all get focused down. Oof. Yeah, the Ling Bane does nothing. Hatchery will fall, and Yakov is being pulled apart. He's trying to keep up. The trades here are so efficient. Percival pulls away. Hatchery goes down. Percival just keeps going in. And the creep is receding. The creep is receding. So much creep is being cleaned up. And that's going to make it even more difficult when Percival moves out with his main army. Let's go to the Dream Drop. Yakov is keeping up. He actually responds at the same time. Percival stims in. He gets a queen. Guess what? Gets 2. 2 queens go down. 3 queens. Oh, Jesus. And gets into 3 queen kills. Star steps in, getting another queen. 4 queens go down. A little bit late to pick up. Okay. Some Banelings reconnect. Yakov is trying to keep up here, but what is terrifying is, one, Percival's getting damaged, and he's achieving quite a lot here with these drops, but two, these are only drops. These are only drops. The main army is backing up back at home, and here he comes. Percival, he's now looking to push out. So Widow Mines, he's got Liberators. He is a little bit late to react though. Oh no! Phoenix roll in. Nice catching by YoungYakov. Catching out a good chunk of Marines. Best fight that YoungYakov put a hope for. Does take a good fight. This will slow down the Terran, slows down Percival, and Yakov, the hive is done. Hive is complete, but what are we doing with that hive? We need the ultras, whether it's vipers, spellcasters. We need something more. Lurkers. Okay, he's taking up into Hydra into lurker tech instead. Things they attempt to run by. Nice scan. Keen eyes out of Percival. Scans these spots of Lings. Job's still moving in. And again, YoungYakov is still playing from behind. The fight in the center was good and all, but that was the only good fight that went. That was the only fight that went his way. Still 9 drones going down. Liberators, they pop off. A limited anti-air here for YoungYakov. So he's pushing to the middle. Forcing a bit of friendly fire, but overall still better trades for the Terran. Full Minivac goes down. At the same time, though, we have another push on the right-hand side to get into the mineral line, and another drop towards the left. And Tricron attack out of Percival. Getting 23 drone kills. Ay. 27, 28, 29, 30. 32 drone kills. Almost 33 towards the end. Percival, he cripples the economy. Did trade out a lot of supply. That is true. Like, he lost a lot of medevacs there. He lost a lot of Marines. Percival, he traded army for economic damage. That was a lot of economic damage. We have the token swarm host on the way. Still in main Hydra, still no Vipers, still no Lurkers. The army here is still very lacking for YoungYakov. It's very lair tech. Trying to be sneaky with those board banelings. Do love to see it. Yeah, with that YoungYakov trying to engage, trying to keep up. Again, YoungYakov, he's struggling. He does go for a link counterattack, but again, he runs into more reinforcements. Yakov at least trying to trade with the planetary, but again, bleeding out a lot of supply here. Ay. And he's going to lose so many Hydras here. Just brutal losses for YoungYakov. He's trying to get away. Bleeding out Hydras. And this may just be the final fight. Percival, he just snowballs out of control, takes a bit of engage, did lose the planetary, but it does not matter. YoungYakov has been on the back foot almost the entire game. Ever since the initial trade, ever since the moment that he lost his expansion, lost the mineral line. And Yakov just cannot keep up. Trying to force friendly fire. Does. The Locust Wave, let's go. But the Hydras are exposing, and the Hydras are so fragile. They need support. They need more Ling Bane. And there's just not enough here. Bane needs to get some decent connections. Percival, his spread was lacking. His split was lacking. And snipes are popping up. Hydras is going down. And the base is broken. And Yakovi's lost the center expansion. Again, he barely has any creep on the map. Like, Percival's just been so aggressive, so assertive. And Percival's maxed. He's maxed out. Yakov down 50 supply. This is the case where the soup is not lying. It's not lying back. Not lying. And we're just waiting for the rally. We're waiting for the rally here. We are keeping some supply back at home, so Percival, he's not attacking with everything. Just keeping the supply at home. Liberation has arrived. Yakov tries to engage. Pain rolling in. Oof. I'll pick up there out of Percival, saves the ghost. Oh my god. And GG gets called. YoungYakov, he runs out of steam, and Percival takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. With that, Percival does take a lead in the series. Again, YoungYakov, he was playing from behind from almost the beginning. He just had a really rough start against the drop-heavy play of Percival. Again, YoungYakov, he did have a decent run-by initially, so it all began with a run-by. He went for the run-by at the 3rd base, but he bled out all of those lings. He got 1 tank, but it was not worth it. He lost so much momentum there, and that kind of opened things up for Percival to be active with his drops, to be active, to shut down bases, to shut down creep, and to snowball from there. YoungYakov, he was trying to keep up, and again did have a really hard time keeping up with the mass mobility here of the Terran army, just because of the early losses and the early deficits. GG, well played. With that, Percival takes the lead in the series, and now we're jumping to game number 2. Let's go. And we'll see if YoungYakov can recover. As we load into a very interesting map here, spawning in the bottom-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Terran, we have the blue Terran leading the series 1-0. It is Percival. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg himself, it is YoungYakov. We go. And again, Yakov, he was trying to play Lingbane Hydra. He was trying to play Lingbane Hydra Lurker tech. He did have a Hive, but because of his crippled economy, he could just never afford it. He could never afford the Hive upgrades, could never afford Spellcasters, could never afford Lurkers, or ever really maxing out. So it wasn't a rough position. We'll see if he can have a stronger mid-game coming into game 2. Welcome to the Old Republic. The Old Republic is a very large map, a very open map as well, with exposed 4th bases. We've seen players that struggle to maintain a 4th base on the Old Republic, but at the same time, we'll see what YoungYakov goes for here. Does he go into Lingbane Hydra again? Does he go into Muta play? Not opposed to it. Not opposed to the Mutas here on the Old Republic. It is an option for YoungYakov. Meanwhile, this time standard open out of Percival. Remember last game he went for a 2-ranks Reaper start into a 2-1-1. This time standard build. Here we go. Oh god. From here, we're just getting in towards our early game. So far, standard opener is just ranks expand out of Percival. Likewise, YoungYakov going for his own hatch gas pool. This time, YoungYakov is going to have a bit of a cleaner start, a bit of a more comfortable start. Remember last game, YoungYakov, he had a late 3rd base. He also had, was it 3 dead drones at the start of the game as well? He lost 3 workers to the Reapers. So a really shaky start to game 1. Oh, I can't see the spray. No. Yeah, I believe if you spray on the glass like that, it doesn't actually show. Smoosh. That was a bonk. I did hit my water bottle on the microphone by accident. I was going for some water. I was hydrating, Pappy. I was hydrating. For now, though, 3rd CC before starport. It was just the mic. Yeah, it was just the mic. Don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget. Oh god. But for now we're settling in. Again, 3CC111 standard build this time out of Percival. And really, we're just keeping our eyes open for the tech of choice. Yakov, he pulls back into gas. From here, we can go lair first. We can go Evo chambers first. What's it gonna be? Oh, we have the answer. Lair for 4-minute lair. Okay, so we have an early lair timing. I'm feeling like deja vu here, but with an early lair timing, this could be one of two things. I'm leaning towards 2-base Muta, leaning towards Muta play, but I believe that he did this against Baby Marine earlier in the broadcast, and I believe this led into Roach play into Mutas eventually. So we could see Roach into Muta or just Muta play out of YoungYakov. Again, the lair is earlier than normal. He's taking a third gas geyser, looking more and more like Mutalisks. Yep, Baliness, it screens Mutas. So this does screen Mutas. This confirms no Roaches. So no Roach play. Delayed Evo chambers. And we can get into Spire Tech. And now I do like the idea of going Mutas here on the Old Republic. We've seen a lot of Muta play just because of how large the map is. You have a little more freedom to get into your Mutas. And there's the Spire. Percival does rotate towards the third. Rotates, gets a volley off. No major damage. So far, so good. YoungYakov is holding on. Spore is done, and so far, YoungYakov does defend. He's keeping up with the Hellions and the Banshees for now. What's important, not just defending, but also denying the vision, denying the scouting here. Now, if Percival checks the entrance to the natural, and if he sees the lack of Evo chambers, that is a tell. Nice wiggle from the tumor. Ooh, gets eyes on the fourth. Can he force a cancel? 2 more volleys. Oh my god. Does force cancellation. Nice done by Percival. Banshees, they get in. Drones are going down. Is getting in a hand 5 drone kills. And he scouts the lack of Evo chambers. Yeah, sees no chambers at the natural. Now going into the main. You can see he's checking behind the mineral line, and the Banshees, they will scout. Oh, it's close. There we go. It does confirm. And now Percival knows. The Mutas are not a surprise. With that, they get scouted. More drones getting picked up. So far, there's 7 drone kills, despite the Muta play. And again, the Mutas, they shouldn't get much done. We have turrets. Turrets in the mineral lines, turrets in the production as well. Turrets are set up. Mutas are doing what they can. Oh. Again, they don't really get much done. And Percival, he just pushes anyway. Oh my god. He just moves out. Yeah, no fear. The Mutas, they do catch some reinforcements, so that is going to be 1 Muta getting picked up. And remember, 0-0 lean Bane. There's no upgrades, but there is Baneling speed. Percival is rallying. He knows he has momentum, and the goal here is to break the center expansion, to break the 4th. We'll see if he can. As Percival is pushing in, we just see YoungYakov trying to catch reinforcements. Oh, we'll get some medevacs. Not bad. Ooh, does fail to get the medevacs. They boost away in time. Nice control here by Percival. Yeah, moves are going down at the same time. YoungYakov, he just cannot engage. He's trying. Yeah, he is trying. As more Mutas they do bleed off. Hatchery is going to go down. And Percival, he can just keep pushing. Like, he can just keep rallying, keep pushing in, and rotate over towards the new would-be fourth. And he is. It pulls away, he rotates to the top side. Yakov desperate to get some damage, he goes for a massive counterattack, but there are reinforcements back at home to defend. There's a scan. He sees the base. Miri stims in, denies the expansion. The Lings, they're going for the counterattack, but again, there are Marines back at him to defend. Widowmine doesn't borrow in time. Okay. Lings are breaking through. Yakov, can he get some critical damage here? Gets into the middle line, SCVs are going down. Yakov, is this enough though? Alas, he cannot break through the turrets. Turrets, they punish the mutas. Oh, good. Bailings, they do connect. Okay, no control there from Percival. He was paying attention back at home. That's going to be 19 dead SCVs. And we're getting messy. We're getting a little bit messy here. Yakov lost the base. Yakov lost all of his ground army, but he got 19 workers. Killed 19 workers in the end. Yakov, economically, he's in an okay position, but the army's still lacking. Oh. Space is denied once again. Yakov returns around, he cleans up all the Hellbats. Yo, the Thors are here. We have a couple of Thors sprinkled in, and Percival still has a better economy. Yes, he just lost 19 SCVs, but he's hitting a fourth. He's getting a fourth. He has mules. Percival is still in a better position. Yakov, he needs more damage. Yakov needs more back. Mutas, they attempt to harass. Percival is still being active. Comes in for the drop. Shouldn't force a cancel. The Might Shield up. Oh my god, massive connection. And now he gets into the middle line. More Widowmines are setting up. No other connections. But the base still goes down. Again, brutal target firing there out of Percival. He snaps the expansion. YoungYakov, he still cannot mine. He cannot mine, papi. Medevacs, they unloaded the main, and now Percival, he's rallying everything he can. Now it's target firing on the banelings. Percival trades as efficiently as possible. He denies the base once again, and he's just rallying. He's just rallying across, this time with the Thors. This time with everything. Yeah, he just cannot keep up. He just lost the fourth base time and time again. He just never established a fourth base. And Percival, once he brings it down, he backs off. Honestly, he could just keep pushing. He could just keep going. But Percival is playing it safe. Does focus down 3 more mutas. Jesus, the mutas. Oh no, they're stacking! Jesus. Yeah, GG gets called. The mutas, they stack against the Thors, and with that, Percival, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the upper bracket finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Percival as he does claim the series. My condolences to YoungYakov, but again, YoungYakov just had a really hard time maintaining his fourth base. His fourth base was knocked down, what, like 4, 5, 6 different times that game. He just could not expand, could not maintain himself. This is the risk you take when you go into mutas. Going into mutas, you're highly reliant on its catching your opponent off guard, but he got scouted. Remember, the mutas got scouted, and Percival, he was able to defend back at home, deflect the muta play, and then counterattack immediately. And when you go into mutas, your Ling Bane army is weaker, right? You sacrifice your upgrades, you sacrifice the strength of your Ling Bane to make mutas, and it was not worth it for YoungYakov. That's why he could not defend against the push. That's why he could not save his fourth base, because of the mutas, right? Ideally, if the mutas go unscouted, they get into the bases, they kill SCVs, and they force the Terran player to stay at home to defend. But because they got scouted ahead of time, there were turrets, right? There were plenty of turrets ready, so Percival, after the initial deflection, he didn't have to stay home. He could push, and he did. He was able to break out. Again, it was crucial that he scouted the mutas to begin with, and with that, YoungYakov just could not keep up. GG, well played. With that, Percival, he will advance on, and we are getting ready for the final series of the broadcast. It's going to be another PvP. We're going to be jumping into UD Soldier versus Brome. Oh boy. Here